It's Kurt. My hair is a mess, so I'm wearing a hat. Um, but it's still a mess because it's me. I gave myself a UTI. You don't want to talk about it. Um, but you talked about it. Now, because of the mirror view, I don't know how to put my hat on straight. Am I balding? No. Okay, so this is about a book I read, and then I have to do a clerical error at the end from my last video because I got the math wrong for one thing, but it still doesn't mean I'm wrong. I don't. How can you put. It's gonna be crooked. Well, I could do it without a hat. Then it just looks tacky because I have so much hair. Aren't my videos so professional? It's also like I have terrible lighting. I hate myself. It's okay. I read this book. It's called God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater by Kurt Vonnegut, and I love it. And it's this man who's a part of this family. They're all Republicans, and they worked with their law firm in order to pass down money without paying inheritance tax by giving it away to the eldest and, or I don't think it's based on age, I just think it's closest to the main patriarch of the family genetically gets they become the proprietors of this fund that actually I think it's the eldest. I can't really remember, but they own this fund that gets passed down before the prior fund holder dies. So and they evade inheritance tax because instead they're just passing down the fund prior to death. So it's not really inheritance. It's more of like a corporate thing, and corporations don't pay taxes. So anyway, it's just fictional legal details that could probably happen in real life. It definitely happens in real life. Um, this dude, he decides he's just gonna squat pretty much in his family's old mansion in the middle of Podunk Nowhere, which is the town that's named after the family, the rich white family. And he squats and just helps the people of this community that they like built up, named after themselves, and then just abandoned over generations. And he just gives his money away, gives his money away, gives his money away. Then there's some clause in how they've evaded taxes and everything, that if the person that owns that is in charge of the fund um goes crazy, they have to find the next heir and pass it off to them. So there's another heir that's further down the genetics line that's poor as shit out of the middle of nowhere. And the lawyer goes and is like, hey, we're gonna go get you a bunch of money because this dude's fucking crazy and giving away all of his money and only has one outfit and lives like shit, and his wife left him, and we're just gonna he's going crazy, man. We have all this evidence against him. And this lawyer was in talks with the heir that still hasn't passed away and the ex-wife of the current heir to the family fortune, because of the ex-wife leaving them and all that. So then that lawyer leaves and goes with all the information to go to Fred, who's a different line of the family, further removed, so that he can inherit it because the crazy man that gives away all of his money and hates money hasn't propagated children. Anyway, how it turns out, the man has to leave, like the crazy man, Elliot, has to leave. I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but it's a short summary of this book that I read and I loved. Elliot has to leave the town that he was squatting at that's named after his family and that he was giving money away to people at and helping them and pretending like they were important. I say pretending because he doesn't remember any of their names, but he just gives their money away, which is like losing the point, but I could see how I would do that, forgetting names, but just giving my money to someone. In fact, most of the people I give my money to, I don't know their names. So I get it. Um, but anyway, he has to leave the town of Rosewater, which is his last name. God bless you, Mr. Rosewater is the title of the book. And all the townspeople go crazy because they lose, like, their messiah and their money tree, pretty much. And all of them with children claim that Elliot, the crazy man who gives away his money, is the father of their child. So then Elliot comes up with this genius plan. Let's just say they are all my children, and then they're all the heirs, and they can all take the family fortune and do with it as they please because they're closer genetically than the family that was trying to take it from them. So that's it. Summary. If you don't want, God bless you, Mr. Rosewater spoilers, you shouldn't have listened to it. I'll just make the title God bless you, Mr. Rosewater spoilers, and people will be like, I don't even fucking know what that is. Is that a show? No, it's not a show. It's a book by Kurt Vonnegut, who's a super cool dude. And if you don't want to read a novel, and I already spoiled this for you, and you just want to get a taste of Kurt Vonnegut, read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It was a short story. Or Harrison Bergeron short story. And Harrison Bergeron, the movie, if you ever have time to watch the movie, I highly suggest it. It's very white, but it still is a good point. The movie isn't the same as the book, or the short story, but both of them remind me of myself because I can't spoil it anymore. But the movie's still pretty good, and when I say Harrison only got 1.3, what will I get? That's why, because of that movie. But no one understands that because it's like not even a well-known movie. But if I ever say Harrison Bergeron got 1.3%, that's why. Because of that movie. Anyway, a small clerical error for my last video, which is still right, but I'm bad at math because it's lots of memorization and like lots of syntax stuff that like I just don't speak that language. I can speak logic, like predicate logic or any type of logic pretty much. But I mean, math is a logic language, but you guys threw a bunch of like shit in there and it's really not that simplistic. Basically what I'm trying to say is I think I said it was 3 choose 2 to the t minus 1, the number of clauses that are, it's 2 to the t, choose 3. And just in case you're wondering, that's like not for time, that's space bounds. And in a Turing machine, it's only state bounds because it's magical. It's in the delta transition table. My delta's gotta be infinite. That might cause problems. I'm still sticking with it. I still think it's the way to go. Delta's gotta be infinite. Q, Q, 1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I mean, it still stands by my theory that it would be a set of DTMs. I'm not happy I just realized that because I'm sure someone else realized that. My face just got really red because that's not necessarily okay, but I mean, I think it still works with theorem 3.16 because, well, no, it's a breadth first search. So that's your table. You can breadth first search it. You could breadth first search it. But with smarts. You would have to breadth first search. Is that poly time? Kurt, is that poly time? You wouldn't have to breadth first search in real life though, so I'm just saying I should be able to have an infinite delta. But if you can breadth first search what I'm suggesting, and that way you would still need an infinite number of states, but you're just iterating through them with a determined algorithm. That's what you would have to do. You would have to breadth first search. Oh my god. In order to fit the thing, if you could breadth first search it, then you would be fine. But that ruins my theory that you would just need to organize your tables differently. I found a bug. Fuck. I still think you should be able to have infinite transitions. I would stand by that until I die, but it got me. It made me think that I was ready. I've had it for so long. But you can't have an infinite delta. I can pull off infinite Q, but I don't think I can pull off infinite delta. I think that if you organize the tables in such a way, you could definitely search it. You would have to search the tables. I'm gonna have to come up with that. Fuck. Don't beat me to it. Don't beat me to it. You can beat me to it. I don't care. This is a group project now. This is a group project. Whoever can convince Clay Maths that it's equivalent, I give you my last breath. I just want it done. I don't care who does it anymore. I just want it done. I'm getting a little bit tired. And I thought it was ready. Did you see that realization? Hopefully you can breath first search it. I mean, I know it's I'm sticking with infinite delta. I'm sticking with it until I die. But no, I'm a bit wrong. We're close though. We're really close. I still want to figure out what's happening with P space and P. I think they're not equal. And if they're not equal, then it's proof by contradiction. I'm so glad I'm talking about this now because it's deeply unsettling that I think these thoughts. But someone's got to think them. You know? Someone's got to think them. So I think I'm kind of close. I'm not saying that I'm not going to find more bugs, but this is a pretty big one. But I stand by infinite delta. Anyway, good night.